Welcome to another episode of Baby Names Live from your hosts at babynames.com. I'm Jennifer Moss.
And I'm Mallory Moss.
And we're the founders of babynames.com.
And we're sisters too.
We are. She always makes a song out of that. So
why not?
And we are the co-hosts of the Baby Names podcast. We just started our 4th season.
Ooh.
Can't believe it. We're getting incredible listens to our show. We're so excited from all across the world, and we love all our listeners.
Yes, we do.
Thanks for tuning into that. Thanks for tuning in here. We see we have 19 people out there watching.
Woo!
So leave us a comment down here, wherever you're watching, on YouTube or Facebook. And we are going to talk about some fun news that we just mentioned on the last podcast. So we said that we would break in when we had some royal baby news, right, Mal?
That's right.
And the day that we dropped the podcast, what happened?
We had a baby born.
We did. Hi, Sarah. We had a baby born to Princess Eugenie,
I think.
Eugenie, yeah. She's the daughter of Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson, aka Fergie.
We love Fergie.
I know. Andrew is having his problems right now.
No, we do not love Andrew.
So last Tuesday, she gave birth to a son with her husband, Jack Brooksbank, who is a British bar manager. He kind of married up, I'd say, in the world.
Must be true love.
Must be true love.
Hi, Michaela.
So Eugenie herself is 10th in line to the British throne. Probably won't get to her, but still part of the royal family.
Yes.
And she would come after her older sister, Beatrice. I love both of those names. They're very British, very old-fashioned.
I like Beatrice or Beatrix better than I like Eugenie. But Eugenie's so cute too. Trixie, that's cute. Or cute. BB.
Yeah, BB. Oh, no. So no formal name has been announced yet, and that's pretty usual. Like Andrew and Sarah didn't announce Beatrice's name until almost 2 weeks after her birth. Now, names are always presented to Royal Highness the Queen, and she does have to put her stamp of approval on it. I don't know if she has to, but that's the custom. So it might take a little longer for the royals. And speaking of stamp of approval, the rumor is that the baby's middle name will be Stamp. Stamp, which is unusual. I've never heard that. But apparently Jack's great, so 4th great-grandfather was named Stamp Brooksbank. It's just a very aristocratic name. Stamp Brooksbank. And he was the governor of the Bank of England.
Oh.
And so it's rumored that they're going to use Stamp as the middle name. Hi, Case. Hi, Rayla. Thanks for tuning in.
Like your last name, Rayla.
Oh, okay. Hi, Michaela. Thanks for watching. So what do you think about Stamp? What if they use that as the first name?
I don't know. I don't like it as a first name. I think, again, we have a dictionary name, and it's a dictionary name that doesn't quite align with, a baby name. Stamp. But I think a middle name is fine.
It doesn't sound very Windsor.
Well, it doesn't have to sound Windsor. I think that the new way of being a Windsor, like Harry and Meghan, are making some changes.
William and Kate.
Yeah.
Well, William and Kate's baby names are pretty traditional.
That's my point. I think Meghan and Harry are the ones that are really turning things into the new millennium.
And speaking of Meghan and Harry,
baby news.
She is expecting And I don't know when she's expecting. That's one thing I missed. But as you might recall, she was pregnant last summer with her second child and she lost it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So this will be her third pregnancy. And we offer up all the sticky vibes so we can have a nice new royal baby soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're very hopeful that everything will go well, and you have our
Yeah.
prayers, and everyone who is in that same situation has our prayers, of
Yeah,
course.
they live just a hop, skip away from me over in Montecito, California. So I think I need to take a little road trip and just knock on the door and offer my baby naming advice.
Okay, that's going to be the fastest way to get arrested.
Hello, hello, Harry and Meghan. Knock on the gate. Baby name advice. I don't hate Archie. I have a thing about nicknames, and I can't get any corroboration that Archie is a nickname. So
What about Cleveland Ken?
they never said it's Archibald or Archer or anything. All I've seen was that it is Archie.
I like
So
Archie.
it's really cute. And I told you my college roommate was named Archie. She was female. Her real name was Marjorie, but Archie was her nickname from childhood. So she still goes by Archie. I think it's really cute.
What was Archie Andrews' real name?
Archibald.
Oh, okay. Very important to everyone.
Well, yeah, I mean, you do those of us in our generation. Although I think Archie is still a popular comic.
I don't think it's popular, but you do see it at the checkout lane.
We still buy it.
Oh, and
Double Digest.
Rachel here says Archie is popular in the UK.
Oh, okay. Well, they did have the new show, remember, Riverdale. So that kind of brought Archie Andrews and the whole cast of characters to the younger generation, definitely. And it was kind of dark, though.
Did anyone watch it besides you?
Yeah, it was the CW. It was like 90210, but
spooky.
Archie Andrews and spooky and dark and yeah.
Okay.
I did like the acting. I thought it was going to be hokey and it wasn't hokey. It was actually pretty good. I liked it.
All right.
So back to Harry. Now he is 6th in line for the crown because not only does he have to come after his father and his brother, but also his brother's children first.
Okay.
So the children come before Harry. Now, Miranda and I were joking the other day because we were watching The Crown and discussing it. And they had groomed like poor Charles since he was a kid on How to Be King. And here he is 72. He's like,
how old is the queen? 93? Does anyone know?
She's going to be celebrating her 95th birthday in April.
Okay.
And Philip will be celebrating his 100th. Wow. And they are just still going strong. They don't care.
Wow.
So, yeah, Philip might be sitting there tapping his fingers for another couple of years. I think that he might just pass it.
Do you mean Philip or do you mean Charles?
Charles. So I think Charles. I think Charles will pass it to William.
Maybe not, though. He's been waiting for so long.
Maybe it's just like, I'm over this. I want to be with the love of my life, Camilla, and just, have the rest of my retirement,
Yeah,
Who
that's
knows?
true. That's true.
But anyway, The Crown is another great show if you want to.
I got through like 2 seasons. I want to watch more, especially the Diana section, but just haven't gotten
to it. You don't have to watch the 3rd to watch Diana season. I think
the 3rd
Diana's the 4th.
Is Kennedy, right? Or is that the 2nd?
Yeah.
3rd is Kennedy.
That's the 3rd.
Okay.
And the 3rd is where they switch the cast up. So they're older.
Okay.
Yeah. So then apparently 4 and 5 will have Diana in it. I really liked 4. And Huge Diana fan. Very skeptical going in that anyone could play her because people have tried to play her before, and it's kind of. And what's interesting is the actress didn't look like her, but she had her mannerisms down so perfectly that the spirit came through.
That's great.
So yeah, and I think she was nominated for a Golden Globe. So
okay,
definitely recommend that.
Very
so
cool.
yes, he's sixth in line, and their first son is, of course, Archie. Harrison is the middle name, meaning Harry's son. Pretty cute. At least it was used in the perfect instance there.
Yes.
And then the surname is Mountbatten Windsor, and Mountbatten comes from Philip, and Windsor is the royal family surname.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it. They did a good job. Now, if they have a girl, I think they should stick with the A names. I think like something like Archie and Amelia would be really cute, although Amelia is very popular right now.
No to Amelia. I love the Amelia in my life, who we call Millie, but no to Amelia. It's too popular.
What do you guys think out there? Do you have any suggestions for Meghan and Harry's baby? I forgot his name for a second. Meghan and Harry. I like Harry. You know, his real name's Henry. And we have a lot of Henrys in our family, but they went by Hank.
They did.
So maybe Henry would be a middle name.
Okay.
It's funny they didn't use, they used Harrison, so that was to honor Harry.
Right.
Or if they're going to honor any part of the royal family, because as we know, they're kind of going through a little rift. In fact, they're coming up on their 1 year of the, what's it called? The Harry and Megxit or something like that.
I haven't heard that. Megxit.
Through their exit of the royal family. And they had a 1 year probation time, apparently. And now their royal family is going to decide, the axe is going to fall. Yeah, this is sad. And they're going to be told what they're going to get and what they're not going to get in terms of dealing with the royal family.
I think they took away Harry's military rank.
Not his rank, but his titles.
Oh, his titles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michaela says Alistair if it's a boy. I like that name. It could be Al, Allie.
Yeah. That's true. Imogen is cute, Keys.
Yeah.
Case. I'm sorry, Case.
Case says Imogen. That's not popular in the US, but is in the UK. That's true. I love how they put their little pictures in there when we put the comments on the screen. This is really cute. You guys, we use StreamYard as our streaming platform, and we love it. We get to stream to both Facebook and YouTube at the same time. And they have all these little bells and whistles. So I'm just doing a little shout out for StreamYard too. Archie and Elsie, Rachel says.
Or Elise. That's pretty.
Yeah. Elise is cute.
Elsie reminds me of a cow. I'm sorry, Rachel.
Yeah, because
I don't know where
Elsie
you live.
The cow is a brand, right? For a US milk brand?
I don't know about that. I think she was a cartoon.
Yeah, but it was a brand.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
For sure, a brand. Yeah.
Only old people would know that. I didn't know.
Okay. And another thing about Harry and Meghan is right before the axe falls down on March 31st with the royal family, they're going to be doing a huge interview with Oprah. Ooh. So that's coming up soon, and I'm really excited.
Me too.
To see that.
What time is it in the UK, Rachel? Let's see, 8 hours, 7 hours? Yeah. So like in the evening.
8 or 9 at night, I think. So
it's
thanks
8
for tuning in.
Is Austria. I don't know. Anyway. Not very interesting.
Mallory's daughter's in Austria. So
she is.
She knows that. Okay, so we got a really interesting email.
We did.
From a woman, Colleen, who is researching her family tree and just came up on all these really cool and fantastic names. Mal, do you want to read the email? Do you have it?
I don't have the email. I have the but if you give
You
me
have
a
the
minute,
names.
I have the names in front
Oh,
of me.
I can start the email.
Okay,
It
great.
says, "Hi Jennifer and Mallory. I do genealogy and have taken my mother's family back to the 1500s and father's back to the 1400s.
Wow.
Now with the lockdown, she's been spending a lot more time than usual on family trees. It's a great project to have during lockdown, I must admit. She's been intrigued with the unusual names she found, and they were older names. She attached a spreadsheet. She sent us a spreadsheet with all her research on the 240 plus names that she found in her family tree, because she said a lot of them that we didn't have. So this is awesome. And we're going to go through it with our own research and definitely add them to our database too. She says she has some Persian and Nordic family, but most are English. And she hopes that we enjoy looking through them, and she looks forward to our podcast in 2021.
Definitely.
So those are awesome, Colleen. So Mal, why don't you tell our audience of some of the cool names that were in this spreadsheet?
Well, I think Haddon is a name that could become popular in America.
Haddon? Spell that.
Hadden or Haddon.
Oh, okay.
And it is pronounced, Haddon, and it's masculine typically. And it's transferred use of the surname Haddon. Okay. And there are definitely variants: Haddon, Hadden, Hadden. But I like the name. I think that's really cute.
Okay, Michaela says she knows a Hayden, which is part of that
with a Y.
Hayden, Jaden fad.
But I think this is a variation of that might be popular.
A nice, unique alternative. Speaking of this, not that, our last episode. Don't use Hayden, use Haddon.
Right, exactly.
Really great. I like Parmelia. Or no, is it Parmelia? Yeah, Parmelia. It's an alternate form of Parmelia and Pamela. So Parmelia and Paralee, Paralee, which I think is really cute. She says it's possibly a variation of Pearlie, Pearlie, a diminutive of pearl, Paralee. And I think those are two really cool P names.
I like those too. Actually, there is a gulch around where I'm visiting in Colorado this week, but I'm very fancy because I have my same background. Anyway, and it's Parmelee.
Oh, Parmelee Gulch.
Right.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, we have an Ignatz on this list. German form of Ignatius.
Yeah, we had an Ignatz in our family.
Great grandpa.
Yep. Marintha, Marintha, possibly a variation of Miranda or Mirinda.
Ooh.
She couldn't find any other information on that. It could also be a form of Amarantha or Amaranth.
Okay. Yeah, so I hear that.
Back in her tree too.
There's Jolena, which I think is cute.
Jolena. Okay.
All right, shush. Anyway, there's Judson, and this says Judson is masculine, but that is a perfect name that I think when we're in the US at least can go either way. I don't think that actually has. Yeah, I think Judson. Look at like Brooklyn and all the Lynn names.
But Judd is very masculine in the way I associate it with it. I also associate it with the street name in Evanston.
Oh, well, that would be my dog going a little crazy because someone's just entered my place.
Okay. Hope it's not a robber.
Hold on a second. Mary, would you like to take my dog for a walk? Okay. Sorry, guys.
Okay. Michaela says that Judson is definitely a boy's name in her eyes. Mallory has to step away, get her dog walked. Yeah, I think it sounds a bit burdensome too, Rachel. Judson. It's very kind of harsh and has that duplex rhythm. Judson. Case says Haddon is also a place in Scotland. So that's cool. It's not only a surname, but a place name as well. Now, going back to the list, there is, I don't know how to pronounce it, Lovicy, Lovicy.
Ooh,
It's
there
a
it is.
feminine name and a Norwegian feminine form of Lewis. So
Okay.
Lovis, Lovice, or with a Y, Lovicy. I think that's kind of cool. It's like it has the word love in it. Yeah. So, and we talked previously about people naming their children Illy, ILY, as an acronym for I love you. So, Lovicy or Lovis.
I like that better.
A great alternative to Illy.
Yeah. I like, where did you go? Did you mention Maisel?
No.
When you were gone? I like Maisel. I think that's how you pronounce it. We're not quite sure. It's a surname or German from a pet form of a short form of Thomas.
Oh, like mess.
Right, exactly.
M-A-A-S. Oh, interesting.
I like that.
Case also says we need to hire Case. Oh yeah, we already did.
We love you, Case.
Lavisa is a common Swedish name. Okay, so that's probably similar to Lovis or Lovicy.
Absolutely.
Let me look at some of the other ones. We've got some great O names. Otis, Odis, from Ode or Odin or Otis.
Not a fan.
There is Orland. I always liked Orland. That's a surname, Orland, and I think that could work for both a boy and a girl.
There's Damaris.
Damaris? Oh, Damaris.
I know. Damaris, but the problem is it may be a feminine variant of Damaris, which probably means calf, heifer, or girl. Maybe not.
I don't know about that. There's a lot of surnames as first names. Strother, Sutcliffe, Tarleton, which is a Gone with the Wind name. I remember. Theodelinda. I love that. We've talked about Theo names. Theodosia, Theodore, Theo in itself. Theon.
Dear Theodosia.
Okay.
I had to do it.
This one is Theodelinda, Theodelinde, a medieval German variant of Theodelinda. So that's interesting.
Adeliza or Adeliza. We don't know how to pronounce it, but I like Adeliza. Yeah. I think that's really pretty because I'm a big fan of the name Liza.
I like Liza too, or Eliza.
Yes.
What show was I just watching that had Eliza in it?
Doolittle?
I think it was Miss Scarlet. No, it was one of the PBS detective shows.
Oh.
Miss Scarlet. Her name is Eliza Scarlet, and I thought that was really cute.
Well,
and then it reminds me of Eliza Doolittle too.
I won't say it.
Rachel says Orlin is lovely, and she sees that working.
Orlin.
I like Orlin. Yeah, Orlin will work.
Reminds me of Orson Scott Card. And if you've listened to the older episodes, I talk about Orson Scott Card as one of my favorite authors who did Ender's Game, which was turned into a movie, but the book was way better.
Yeah. Here's an interesting name, masculine, no information found. Tharzy, Tharzy. Or Tarzi, depending on where it comes from.
Sounds too much like Tarzan.
Surprised Tarzan didn't take off, right? So those are some cool names. And Mal, why don't you talk about researching your family tree a little, since you went way back on our dad's side, and we found some really cool names too.
We did find some cool names, and thank you for putting me on the spot because it's been about 2 years.
Say how you did it.
Okay, so probably very similar to our listener who sent us this list. I used Ancestry.com, and I'm not trying to give them a shout out, but I will give them a shout out because it's pretty amazing.
They're expensive though, but it's
They are
pretty
expensive.
amazing.
It is. You can look up the names of the ship that your family arrived on, if your family arrived on a ship. And I got back one of them. I got back to I think it was about 1600, which was pretty cool. But that was on dad's side.
Yeah.
On mom's side, it was much harder because she is or was Irish and Luxembourg and Swiss and all the other things that the DNA is now telling us she is, like Scottish, which doesn't necessarily make sense.
There's no Scottish
We didn't know
in us
about
unless
Scottish.
it goes way, way back. But yeah, and we've talked about this, but in Ireland, they all had the same name, basically. There was like 5 first names and 5 last names. So in order to go back and like trace a Mary Riley is really, really difficult, even though we've traced them back to Tuam and the Galway area. So beyond that, unless you go there and start looking through like the church registries and everything,
it's very
really difficult to determine who is your Mary Riley as opposed to everyone else's Mary Riley.
In contrast, with dad's side of the family, there was a Gottschalk Reifenberg, and that was a very unusual name. His daughter was Jenny Reifenberg. But Gottschalk Reifenberg, if you do a Google, I don't know why anyone else would want to do a Google, comes up, and then it turned into someone had done a history of his town. And then, it was really neat. And then it brought us back all the way to I think at least the 1700s.
And I have to do a shout out. There's a show called like DNA Detective where she like finds perpetrators by tracing them back on their family tree and then forward again. And it's just fascinating.
What channel is it?
I don't know. I watch everything on streaming anyway. But yeah, it's really fascinating. Let's go to some comments. So Michaela says, her niece is named Winter Lily Love. Now, is Love still a middle name? And then there's a surname? Or is Love the last name? I like Winter Lily.
People. Yeah, Winter Lily.
I probably would not have hyphenated that. It's pretty long, but it's pretty.
Yeah, I don't think there's any problem with that. I like what Stephanie says. My son's name is Cashton, and I don't know how to pronounce Stephanie's last name. But I don't know. But I do love alliterative names.
Yeah. So she says Love is Winter Lily's middle name. That's really pretty.
It is.
And Tinsley and Kinsley, she likes. I like Tinsley and Kinsley. What I don't like is, because those are real actual surnames. I don't like when people put Lee on, just tacking it on to like regular names, because I think that's become kind of overdone, like Jennifer Lee as a full name.
Okay, you know that's awful. Yes.
Yeah. Or Ayla Lee or Kayla Lee or Parmalee. I don't know.
Parmalee go.
That's what I'm saying. As like an actual name, not as a hyphen, not as a middle name, but to like just tack it on to a regular name. Rachel Lee. You know,
did you see what Case said? It just went too high. About, let me bring it up. Case. Yeah, Lovisa. I think that's really cute. And a variation of love.
Swedish name. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Jamie Lee, right, Rachel? It's just, yeah. It's the Leigh overdone. It's done a lot also like in the Midwest. It's like kind of a homegrown thing. Not that there's anything wrong with the Midwest. We came from the Midwest. So.
We did come from the Midwest. Did you see what Case said about her husband's third great grandmother's first and middle name is so fun? Frances Cleopatra. I love it.
That is beautiful. Yeah, I like those ancient names like Cleopatra.
You had a friend named Clea.
Clea, yeah, but she wasn't Cleo. She hated when people called her Cleopatra because she's like, that's not my name. But Clea, I like the name Clea. Clea Duvall is a favorite actress of mine.
Okay.
Daughter of Robert.
Oh, didn't know.
Yeah. Any other questions that you have for us? As you know, our schedule is a little different. We just dropped our February episode. I got that right. And March is going to be Chicago-inspired baby names. So that's going to be a fun one. I had 2 of my Chicago peeps from high school write the blog post about it, which will go live the same day we drop our podcast episode. You know, our family's from Chicago. This is dear to our hearts. And if you've ever visited, you'll know it's a spectacular city.
Maybe a little cold right now. And I do want to shout out to all of you who may be having a hard time because of the weather in the United States right now, but we absolutely are behind you and hope that you're doing well.
Which is exactly why we both moved to California.
Well, now I'm in Colorado, but then I went to Phoenix. So I live in Phoenix now. It's a lot warmer.
Yes. And I'm in the mountains of California, which we get weather, but I was in LA for 22 years. So, and I moved to LA to get rid of the weather. So
one thing I want to say to everybody is if you have ideas for us, please send them podcast@babynames.com.
Right. Because we do have a schedule, but it's always tentative. And if a listener comes up with a great idea, we're always happy to throw it into our lineup.
Like today.
Yeah, like today.
But you don't have to do that much research.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to research. Although if you want to research the whole show and just send us the script, we're good with that too.
Just remember I'm the goofy one.
Okay. Michaela says she's from Maine and we don't have some snow.
No, that's not what she's saying. Wow.
Don't we have some snow? Oh, okay.
I believe it.
Texas. My friends from Texas have so much snow right now that everything's shutting down. They don't have internet. So they don't even know how to handle it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard.
Crazy. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. We don't have to talk about snow for the rest of the hour. If you have anything to send us, feel free. We'll talk about it on the show or on lives. And always don't forget to rate and review us only if you love us.
Thank you so much. You guys have been great.
All right. Take care. Bye.